Attorney General Russell Coleman. Oh, you mean the AG? The one that just keeps ignoring the crimes that are happening in Letcher County? You mean the one that sent Matt Easter to investigate Ben? You mean the one that sent Matt Easter, the great investigator and detective, to interview Sabrina and Jennifer, and then the unnamed third woman? Okay, that AG. He announced today a significant victory in the fight against child abuse. As the Attorney General, come here, stop. As the AG's Special Prosecutions Unit, SPU, so they have a Special Prosecutions Unit. Fascinating. And Letcher County and Pike County, well, I don't know about Pike County. I don't know if they are in that, well, yeah, they're in the state of Kentucky. AG covers the state of Kentucky. Very interesting, isn't it? That they have a Special Prosecutions Unit. Secured a guilty jury verdict against a Perry County man for numerous felonies, including the sexual assault of multiple children. Harrison Kress, 58, was convicted on multiple serious charges. 2 counts of the S word, first degree, child under 12, Class A felony. Well, isn't that, Ain't that what Patrick Little was charged with? I think it was. 2 counts of S first degree. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he didn't have the S word. Maybe that was a different one. But 3 counts of sexual abuse first degree, child under 12. Well, you know, I seem to remember that Patrick Little was charged with 44. He was indicted. Let me rephrase that. He was indicted on 44 counts. 22 counts of sexual abuse, and then 22 counts of I think it was unlawful transaction with a minor. And now I have got to look and see what his original indictment said. Patrick Little indicted, Kentucky. So I have got to see. Okay, first degree with a victim under 12. That's what I thought. All right, so Kentucky.gov says, but then they changed. Yeah, they changed. I remember that now. So he was indicted, and then whenever he was sentenced, they had to change one of his charges, one of the ones that he had been indicted on. You know, they ended up like dismissing 42 counts. They kept 1 count of the sexual abuse and 1 count of the unlawful transaction with a minor. They gave him a plea bargain. He signed the plea bargain with his defense attorney being his prosecutor, which, you know, never happens. But when you end up paying $100,000, I guess you can get anything done, can't you? But, so, let's see. I want to see exactly what the other charge was. 21 counts of sexual abuse, first degree. Same thing this guy's charged with. Now, this guy gets recommended life sentences, and Patrick Little didn't get no jail time. What? Really? Huh. Fascinating. And you let his own defense attorney be his prosecutor. He didn't even recuse until way after the plea bargain was signed. His plea bargain was signed in February, and Matt Butler didn't recuse himself until like September or October. And then he hands it over to Bill Sloan. So whose name is on that? Whose name? Bill Sloan's name's on it. But it wasn't handed to Bill until 6 months after everything had been done. No, there ain't no favorable treatment. Okay, 21 counts of sexual abuse, first degree with a victim under 12. And the other count was of unlawful transaction with a minor, first degree, illegal sex acts with someone under 16 years old. Patrick Little had 2 victims. And 20 counts of unlawful transaction with a minor, first degree, illegal sex acts with someone under 18 years old. Patrick Little, Judge Mullins's buddy, was taken to the Letcher County Jail, but he was released on $100,000 full cash bond. Walked right out the door. And then it's written into his plea bargain way before Bill Sloan ever got it that they were recommending to the judge that Patrick Little get 5 years house arrest and work release. He never served a day in jail. He walked in, posted bond, and walked right back out. Well, let's find out. Now, we know what Patrick Little got. He got real good old boy service for that $100,000, I guess. In response to the heinous nature of the crimes, the jury recommended 3 life sentences for Cress. The Attorney General's office revealed details of the abuse, noting that Cress groomed multiple children, a common tactic used by abusers involving giving gifts, attention, and or special privileges to build trust before exploiting and abusing them. Does that sound like what Ben Fields did to Sabrina and Jennifer, and then the other one who thought she was his real good friend? They all thought that they were special. They thought that they had built a special friendship with this man, but yet he was doing it with all of them. And they weren't, they all heard the rumors, right? How many women do you think he did it with? Oh, but remember, because he didn't hold them down and rip their clothing off of them. They weren't forced. Okay, Matt Easter, you're such a great detective. We need to give you something to detect. The long-running abuse came to an end after one of the victims demonstrated immense courage and reported the conduct to her grandmother. But what if nobody would have believed her? What if the cops didn't want to do nothing? You know who this guy reminds me of? He looks a lot like Scotty Shelton. You remember Scotty Shelton? He's the alleged serial killer in London that was working for the DEA. He was just allowed to carry on with a whole torture chamber in his outhouse, equipped with jail bars, a cell, a rusty old cell in the upstairs of his building. You imagine how many people could have been up there, could have been held against their will?